Hello and good morning. Welcome. Thank you again for joining me. Question. Are you the type of person that goes out of your way to impress others, to please others, to be of great service to others? Now, I hope this message coming across here, there's nothing wrong with any of those things. What I'd like to do is to remind you or invite you again on a different point of view. Now, it is my understanding that in any one moment, I'm here to impress me. Give myself a pat on the back. Don't get me wrong, some of the things that I do may well impress or please others. However, if I am here to become the change I want to see in this world, it is about me and what I do, what I say, how I show up, etc., etc. And so, really, again, it's that invite to become aware as to those times when you may well be in service to others. However, it doesn't actually resonate well with you. In other words, if I ask you the question, are you impressed with what you've done with yourself? You may think, well, no, I'm not. Because an example would be, let's say that you get out of bed every morning and you shoot over to help a friend or something, but you're not having your breakfast. Well, that's just a little example of something which obviously isn't being of service to you. You're not putting in the right fuel to get you going. And I've got shed loads of clients that, well, not all of them, but some of them, who breakfast is part of their habit. It's just not on the menu, not in the morning anyway, and out the door they go. And they set themselves up for a bit of a crash later on, because obviously their body then has to produce all those hormones and you know, factors to break down themselves through the liver and the kidney and everything, just to keep feeding this glucose and L-glutamine and keep you alive, and obviously other parts of the body as well. Now sure, we can do that, but when we're doing it day in, day out, then eventually it leads to signs and symptoms, because you are taking more than you're putting in. If you liken it to I've shared this before, like a health bank account. We all have health bank accounts, but here's the idea: it's to put deposits in, not to take withdrawals. But if you're out first thing in the morning and you haven't had say 2 glasses of water, you may or may not be taking probiotics, and you're there being in service to others, that's not a genius formula. So again, my invite is for you to just become aware as to what you are doing in any one moment, if you choose to, that you're not impressing yourself. In other words, if you sat down and actually thought about it, and don't get too cerebral, separating yourself from the heart, but just to think about, without you there is no other. So you're always here in any one moment to impress yourself. And if you're not really impressing yourself, but you're there, you know, helping others, or, you know, doing other things to please whoever or whatever, then the invite is to maybe change the way you look at that. And hopefully with that change, you can then come back to yourself and realise that it's about you, impressing you in any one moment. That's the kind of message I want to put across, and hopefully you understand that. Because before, I remember once I was in Calgary. I'll share this little story with you. And the old me, I got this email sent with some information about networking, because I used to co-chair the Calgary Entrepreneurs Meetup Group. Anyway, I got this network thing, and I was going to send it to a friend of mine, and it actually said on this Adobe attachment, whatever you do, please do not send this on to anyone. You've got to ask permission. It's simple. All I need to do is just send that message, because he's a very close friend of mine. I know I've read that. But another part of me was like, well, Magnus, you're not going to impress yourself here by doing this. And so what I did is I then phoned up this company, this training organisation, and said, look, I've got a friend of mine, I really want to send this to them. Well, believe it or not, they actually put me through to the CEO. I can't believe it. And this is Andrew Barber-Starkey, who is the CEO of this company, and he's an international coach, and he's coached a lot of people, including people like Harv Eker, who wrote The Millionaire Mind and a lot of other books. But anyway, so I actually was speaking to Andrew, and when I was explaining my journey, and you know what I've explained to you, he said, "Do you know what you've just gone and done, Magnus?" And I'm like, "Well, I've just stopped myself from, you know." He says, "You have," but he said, "What you've actually done is you've impressed yourself." And I thought, "Yeah, I have." You know, and it felt really good. You know, it just felt the new me. And in any one moment, it's about me becoming that change and me impressing myself with what I do. I'm not here to impress my mum and my dad. I may well do that as a side effect, there are no side effects as an effect. But look, I corrected myself. So just be aware of that. You're here to impress you. You're not here to impress others. And if you're going out chasing around, impressing other people but not yourself, not a genius formula. So have fun and enjoy. My love to you all. Bye for now.